Just tell me if we live on there. Check YouTube. Yabaraka,
Yabaraka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Wayash,
Wayash,
Amarka,
Amarka,
Ya'ar,
Ya'ar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Panyaka,
Panyaka,
Alyaka,
Alyaka,
Wayak,
Wayak,
Kanka,
Kanka,
Yasha,
Yasha,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Panyaka,
Panyaka,
Alyaka,
Alyaka,
Wayasham,
Wayasham,
Baka,
Laka,
Shalom,
Shalom,
Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, GMS Louisiana Saints, the Lafayette branch, back at you with another live lesson. All right, 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. Okay, before we go any further, we're gonna give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and our word there, the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Aki, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last sections of time. All right, and today, all right, the title of the lesson is the riches of this world profit nothing. All right, the riches of this world profit nothing, because as we know it, there's going to be a transition of power, a transition of government on the planet Earth. Okay, and knowing this and seeing this, that this world that we currently live in is going to be burnt up and dissolved. All right, what manner of conversation should we be in 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass? All right, Lord willing, this message be edifying. You can start with Luke 16 and 19. If you want to say anything, you got it.
Luke 16 and 19.
Yeah.
All right. This is Luke 16 and 19, and it reads. It says, "There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared subsequently every day,
Sumptuously.
sumptuously, sumptuously." I can't pronounce that word.
Sumptuously every
No,
day.
no.
Read it one more time.
Okay, there was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
Now get that word sumptuously. All right. Now the rich man that this brother brought out is referring to Esau Edom, man. All right. Job 9 and 24 says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. All right. The scriptures tell you that Esau Edom is the border of wickedness, man. All right. The scriptures also tell you that the wicked are estranged from the womb. So now here we are in 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass, and you have Esau Edom ruling as that rich man on the earth. All right, sitting in that seat of rulership and hoarding up all the riches, all the resources of the planet Earth for his desire and his wicked pleasures. All right, and you have the rich man, as the scripture is going to get into, who had sumptuously. Go ahead.
It says, uh, of, you want to read it
Of sumptuous living. All right, Strong's definition, it says lampros, lampros, luxuriously, luxuriously. You want to get that word too, man. All right. So as it says, Luke 16 and 19, Yahweh Shai speaking. All right. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple, in purple. All right. In the color purple. All right. Represents that royalty or that position of being in power or rulership, right? And this is the book of, you got that word?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, this is the definition. It says, in a way that is very comfortable and full of expensive things that give pleasure.
That's right. Full of expensive things that give pleasure. One more time.
It says, in a way that is very comfortable.
Very comfortable, because Esau Edom, he dwells in comfort, man. All right. The scriptures tell you in the book of Job that the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai is going to make it rain upon him while he's eating. All right. So he's always in a state of eating, whether it be resources. All right. First and foremost, the children of Israel being swallowed up, man. All right. That's why we're liking onto Lazarus, which we're going to get into. All right. And going into the lesson, the riches of this world profit nothing. But as it says, all right, and clothed in purple and fine linen and fare sumptuously every day. All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. All right. And we know also that scarlet represents sin, because this place is covered in sin. This place is covered in violence. That's why the brother's gonna bring out that James the 5th chapter. It talks about that rich man. It talks about the riches of that rich man, and those riches being corrupt, man. All right, being moth eating. Okay, because why? It's covered in violence. But it says in verse 5 again, it says, verse 3 again, so he carried me away into the spirit of the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast. All right, that woman being America. All right, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Right, and that scarlet colored beast is ultimately NATO and the EU. Okay, and it says, verse 4, and the woman, because it said in Luke 16 and 19, all right, that there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple, right? Liking that onto Esau, Edom, that purple going into the royalty, all right, the position of power that this rich man is in right now. So it says, Revelation 17 and 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple, and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. You see? So it was arrayed, this place is arrayed in what? It says purple and scarlet color, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Which this place is, right? But the inward of it is moth eaten, it's corrupt. All right? It's like if you see a house, it might be nicely painted, it might have lights on it, right? It might be decked with gold, but you go inside and the door open like, and you open up, it's nothing but darkness, man. It's nothing but abominable things. That's likened on to America, man. The perception that America puts out is that it's this land of the prosperity, right? It's the land of the free, home of the brave, right? All they deck it with gold, with their military, with their so-called honor, so-called honor. But within this place, man, all right, it's filled with abominable things, man. As it read in the letter in, it says, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
You got it. Yeah, because I wanted to just say, you know, America's like the brother said, it's like a house. Or you can liken it unto a car. You see a car, you try to go buy it. You know, you try to go see, you try to go buy the car. The car looks nice on the outside. You know,
yeah,
it looks all nice or whatnot. The interior looks okay. All right, but underneath the hood, it ain't no engine there, man. You know, same thing like the analogy the brother gave. You know, on the outside, it's painted beautifully. It looks nice. You know, the landscaping is very nice. You know, got flowers on the outside. But when you get inside, man, it's cobwebs. You know, the floor is creaking. You know, termites and different things like that, man. It's filthy. You know, it's polluted.
yeah.
Right? Yep. You wanted me to,
You had something? You had a precept? I got one.
oh, you can go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 5. And it reads, they are not, I'm going to start at 1. Psalm 73 and 1, it says, truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. Because here you have this rich man that's consecutively and constantly getting over us, right? He's lording over us. He's making us pay. He's making us subject to these fines, all right? Subject to these different iniquities in the society. He's basically swallowing us up. And we're ultimately, the children of Israel are the most high's gold and the most high silver, man. All right? So that's ultimately how he got rich and became that rich man, because he has us in his power, man. That's why he's labeled as that rich man. And the scriptures tell you, get that in that guy. All right? He enlarged himself as hell, man. All right? He enlarged himself as death, as slavery. All right? Because that rich man, even though he's rich and on that position of power, like it says in Revelation 17 and 4, the latter end, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. So you're in the seat of power, but in your hand you got a cup filled with what? Abominations, fornication. You steady drinking that cup. And that cup steady overflowing. Overflowing, and you drink it and you drinking it, man. All right? And you're going to drink it, as the scriptures say. Let me get this real quick. Get this real quick, bro. You can bring it out. Well, if you had something. Bring this real quick, Akeem. This is Psalm 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, there is a cup. So Esau got a cup in his hand, but Esau is the Lord. Esau, Salakia. Esau is in the Lord's hand, man.
Yeah.
All right? The Lord got you in his hand, Esau. And you got a cup in your hand that's just doing all this wrong, doing all this madness, heaping up all those riches. You got it out? Go ahead.
Right.
Huh?
Okay.
Just let me bring this up. It says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poured out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Right, man. The Lord got a concoction for you, Esau Edom, man. The Lord has you in his hand, all right? And you're going to drink that cup down to the dregs, man, till there's nothing left over, all right? You're going to drink that nuclear fire till there's nothing left, man, till this place is going up for a memorial and smoke. You
I was gonna get another one.
all right.
All right. This is James 5. Uh, yeah, James 5.
You can start at the top.
Oh,
Yeah, I had that one for a little later, but
Oh, that's cool. It's cool.
okay.
You
Yeah,
sure?
We're gonna just go back to the Luke book for sure, and I'm gonna read the last verse in that Revelation 17. It says, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, man. Because this place is that centerpiece for what? Prophecy. And ultimately that centerpiece for wickedness, man. This is the most wicked, abominable place on the planet Earth, man. America. All right? Like they say, what's that song? This is the land that's meant for you and me. You remember that song?
Yeah, yeah.
From the New York. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
place is totally wicked, man. All right? Filled with abominations thereof. You got it, bro.
All right. Bear with me out in just 1 second. All right. This is Jeremiah 3. No, it's not.
What you looking for?
Where it says the land is greatly polluted. It shall destroy you with a great destruction. All right. It's kind of like the brother was saying, man. Even though America looks good on the outside, man, it has what the riches of the Lord, man, which is the Israelites. All right. And just today, I was actually watching a video that the brother shared, in WhatsApp, basically Esau talking about how this land, America, was built upon the slaves, all right, which is the what, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and it was estimated that they pretty much got about what, $13 trillion, off the backs of our people, so that's a part of the land is defiled, man. It's corrupted. All right.
This is
Yeah.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
That's right. Yeah. So it's gonna destroy you even with a sword destruction, man, because it's polluted, man. It's tainted. All right. This land is tainted, man. All right. That's why we have to depart and get close to Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. All right. Set not your heart upon the riches, man, because what ultimately the land that where the blood was spilled, you know, him that spilled it, his blood has to be spilled on that same land, man, to cleanse it. All right, so you want
Yes,
to get
indeed.
delivered. Yeah.
Yeah. We can't this is just backing you right up. This is Sirach chapter 5 verse 8. Sirach 5 and 8, it says, set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity.
That's right. Set not thy, your mind on, riches unjustly gotten, man.
Shalom, Makiyam, Yahbashim, Yahshabra.
Shalom,
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 Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah.
shalom, brother. You got it, brother.
Brakatah. But, yeah, man, set your heart now on these riches, man, because all of these things are temporary, you know. The riches of this world is temporary, man. All right, you want to set your mind, on the things that's up above, man, which is the kingdom. All right,
Ooh, I got one more
all right,
backing you up, bud.
all
This
right.
is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse. I'm gonna start at 12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever.
It says all bribery and what? What is it?
Injustice,
Injustice, man. All right, it was an injustice. It was injustice for the way that you created these treaties with the North American Indians and broke every single one of them, man. It's an injustice to have us, barely making it out here, man. Having to wait what 2 weeks to be able to have a paycheck, getting paid, unjustly, the bare minimum wage, you know, barely being able to pay our bills,
subject
make
to
ends
fines and
meet,
payments.
subject to fines and payments.
That's all under the rulership of Esau Edom, man.
Yep.
He's a hoarder, man. Get that word hoard.
All
What
right.
it means to hoard, huh? All right. It says all bribery and injustice because that's what this town, all right, the city Babylon is built on. It's built on bribery, injustice. Look at the deals that that Esau Edom makes with these other nations. It's full of bribery, man. Take this for this. Oh, I'll give you this, but I need this in exchange. You know what I mean? Injustice meaning what? Improper judgments going down, man. Wicked decrees, man. Unrighteous decrees. That's why it tells you that in Isaiah 10. All right? Woe to them. All right? That's talking about Esau Edom.
Yep.
He's that rich man. He sows unrighteous decrees. All right? He's hoarded up all these riches. He enlarges himself as hell. You got it out.
All right. This is the definition of hoarder. It says collector, saver, gatherer.
Right?
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh, that makes me think about.
James the fifth chapter. He gathered up the riches
Yeah.
in the last days.
Hold up. Hold up. I got another one too.
Yeah, I got one too.
Let's see.
I got some more in there.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. Sirach 40, and I'm going to start at verse 12 again. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever. And that blotted out is going into those nuclear missiles, man. This place is going to get blotted out because the bribery and injustice comes from America. So the Most High is going to hit this place right at the source, man, and judge the surrounding areas, all right, and clean this place up, man, spiritually. But it starts right now, man. Speaking upon these things, showing and shining a light and putting a magnifying glass on Esau Edom, man. Because if we weren't to come out and tell you, hey, look, this guy's gonna come and persecute you, he's gonna kill you, he's gonna destroy you, we wouldn't be coming in the name of the Lord. But it says, and this is the point I want to make, just backing you up, it says, the goods of the unjust shall be dried up like a river, and shall vanish with noise like a great thunder in rain. Man,
You want
those missiles, man. All right, this place is being dried up, man. All right, River Euphrates, the society, the economy. All right, the
entertainment,
you got it.
all of that. The
Yeah,
entertainment being dried
all
up,
right, brother.
these so-called holidays that people usually celebrate, all the joy that, go ahead,
You got it.
all the joy that came with this place, like for New Year's and Christmas, all that type of spirit that usually lingered around and made people in the holiday cheer, so to say, that that's being dried up, sucked up, man. All right, that's pretty much have gone out the window, man. You know, but people are still trying to, water that, still trying to water, that dry ground, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh, yeah.
yep.
Beautiful. And it says, the goods of the unjust shall be dried up like a river, and shall vanish with noise like a great thunder and rain. The noise of those missiles, man. This place is gonna vanish. You know, like on those old cartoons, right? They'll have like somebody vanish in smoke. They'll have smoke, and then you won't see that person no more. Like, you know what I mean? In these little cartoons, they have like a cloud of smoke, and you wouldn't see the person that just vanished, man. All right, that's what's gonna happen to the fashion of the society. It's fading away right now, man. This place is turning over. All right, it's turning over to a new leaf, so to speak. But you got it, huh?
I wanted to get back. I just wanted to get
Okay.
the definition of order. Well, we didn't say definition for it, but I want to back up that with a precept real quick. This is Obadiah 1, and I'm gonna start at 4, so we know what we're talking about. It says, "Thou shalt," it says, "though thou exalt thyself as an eagle," all right, and the eagle is representative of Esau, Edom, because he sets his what his habitation on high.
Mm.
And it says, and well, it's gonna say it. It says, "And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars," which is his space station. That's how we identify who he's talking about. "Hence will I bring thee down," said the Lord.
Mm.
All right. It says, "If thieves came,"
Right, that scarlet colored
yeah,
beast. All right, that purple, that royalty. All right, that this society portrays itself as. Like if you get a gift and the gift, you smell something that's like perfume, and you see the gift and it's all wrapped up nice, and you're like, man, I wonder what's under here. Then you open it up, and it's a pile of shit, man. All
right,
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 the whole time. All right, but you just gave your energy to this gift. You like, ooh, it's so nice. And you know what? I'll choose that one. I'll choose that one because it looked nice, right? Because of the perception of it. But you open it up after you giving your
you got
energy
a
to it.
zonk.
Yeah, you gotta.
You got
Yeah,
a zonk,
a
man.
zonk, man. You got
Yeah,
a zonk, man. All right. The Most High doesn't want us to be fooled by this place, man, or this image, the image that it pushes, that scarlet colored beast pushes. You got it out.
all right. Continuing on, verse 5, it says, "If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would It says, would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Mm.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?" So it's saying that Esau's what, man? He's a hoarder. All right, he's gonna keep on taking and taking and taking until there's nothing left, man. That's why the scriptures say that that uh, 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 how does it go? It says that basically, if the Lord doesn't come, if He wasn't for the elect, that there will be no flesh left to save because He'll keep on taking until there's nothing left, man.
Got you
Until
right
the
here.
earth is pretty much destroyed. You got it out.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and 22 because it's Yahushua speaking because Yahushua knew there would come a time where there'd be a rich man ruling over the children of Israel, man. All right. But ultimately, that's why Yahushua, all right, laid down his life for us, man, so we can overcome this rich man, so we can defeat this rich man through Yahushua. And that's how it's going to be. Like it said about those, the uh the rich is gonna be dried up basically like a
Right.
river, and it says it's gonna be vanishing in that smoke basically, and thunder. That's gonna be Yahweh man. Second is the 13th chapter, man. All right, that lifted up no war. I mean, no instrument of war, no sword. All right, but out of them came sparks, tempest, thunder. All right, we're gonna get that victory through Yahweh man, over this rich man. It's Matthew 24 and 22. You got it. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
That's right. Except those days be shortened, for there be no flesh be left to save, man. All right, you have this guy Esau. He has what? These genetically modified foods.
Mm.
Over
Yeah.
over a process of time, where these fruits and these different vegetables that we're supposed to be taking in to heal us, what they're decreasing in value, man. All right, so he's continuing to take the value out of the plants that we need to survive, man. and other things as well, man. The earth, the trees, the air, all right, all of that, man.
I got you on that.
All right,
This is Ezekiel 4 and 13 because this is an example to show. Okay, now we painted the picture of the rich man ruling over us, right? Esau, Edom, all right, his system, the EU and the NATO, all right. But now, look how he is ruling over us. See what he does. This is Ezekiel 4 and 13, and the Lord Yahweh said, "Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I would drive them." So you got a rich man. Not only is he heaping up all the resources, but he's giving us defiled bread. He ain't giving us nothing. He ain't trying to support us, no nutrients, nothing to build us up. All right,
Mm-hmm.
even down to the food we eat, like you brought out.
Yeah.
So if he's gonna do that down to the food we eat, you know for certain he's not gonna tell you your nationality.
Yeah.
He's not gonna tell you who you are. He wants to keep you in that malnutrition state,
Yeah.
that non-developed state where you'll just accept anything, any food. You got it out.
Yeah. The educational system is trash.
Yep.
So even nothing's gonna come out of that, man, because they're programming you to believe the BS that they feed you,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
And the only way to come out of that, man, is through the Lord, man, with the mercy of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Lord revealing His truth unto you. You know.
You got some? Can you read that? You had one?
Oh no, I just finished.
Yeah, you finished.
Let's see. It says again. It says verse 6. Obadiah 1 and 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things?"
Right, because he's a rich man, but he ain't a smart rich man. Meaning what? His riches are not in the right place. You ain't doing no good investing, Esau. All right. You ain't storing up in those stocks and bonds. We're doing that spiritually. You're a rich man, but you're not wise. You don't deal the earth correctly and profitable, like the scriptures tell you. You can get that one in and we're gonna jump to that James the 5th chapter.
Okay.
In Sirach, where it says, in due time, the Lord's gonna set up one that is profitable.
Right.
All right, because the earth ain't being ruled for a profit's sake right now. Esau is he's rich, but he's storing it up in places where it's just gonna have no gain, no profit, no, like he says, no turnover, man. We're doing this for spiritual turnover because when we go out on highways and byways and edify the flock, that's our deposit into the kingdom of heaven. So the world sees us, man. Look at these guys; they have nothing. They look a certain way, but the power that we back behind, we're rich men in the kingdom, man. So we rather that in the kingdom than on this side because look how the society is being ran. You got it out?
Yeah. This is Sirach 10 and 4. It says the power of. It says the power.
Start from one and just read the four.
Say, all right. This is Sirach chapter 10 verse 1. It says, "A wise judge will instruct his people."
Right, and the wise judge ultimately is Yahweh Shai, who's the whole Yahweh, Salakia. They counsel Yahweh Shai. All right, so we follow after that. Okay, the scriptures tell you that the judge of this side, they're eating them wolves, man. They don't deal properly. All right, they counsel together because judges counsel together, right, in order to come to a decision. But the way this council is set up in this society, they counsel together, but it doesn't profit anything. It sets them even more forward back than they were in wickedness.
Yeah, because the council is pretty much the council that they have is to benefit themselves and not everybody as a whole. So you can't grow like that. You can't. They can't prosper. That the things that they're doing is unjust and for personal gain, man. You know.
I got you, man.
All right.
This is Psalms 33 and 11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
All right. The counsel of the Lord. One more time. Huh?
Psalms 33 and 11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
Yeah, the counsel of the Lord stands forever, man. All right. So ultimately, this man council is going to be destroyed, and it is being destroyed because the men of the Lord are preaching the word around the four corners of the world, breaking down the stronghold spiritually, man.
Right. We're preaching spiritual riches
Yeah.
that are gonna profit. We're not preaching what you can do to flip the next house, or you know what I mean, to
Yeah.
get rich quick schemes. We're teaching of patience. We're teaching of faith, fidelity, right? We're teaching of unswerving love, compassion for the word, man. You got it, brother.
Want me to continue here?
Yeah.
All right. It says a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So a wise judge will instruct his people on how to, maneuver, how to deal, justly, with each other. All right, because nobody's getting over on each other. Nobody's really suffering because everything is balanced. And it says, uh, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. So if you have a ruler that is righteous, the rest of those people are going to be on that same type of vibration, man. That's the reason why, along with those laws written within our inward parts and our bodies being changed, that's why when Yahweh Shah comes, he's going to be the ruler, man. He's going to be the ruler over us, so therefore we can't go off and we won't go off.
That's right.
All right. Verse 3, it says, an unwise king destroyed his people, but though the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right. An unwise king destroyed his people, man. All right. He don't look out for them. He don't tell them, as the things that some of the little things that we were going over, like, just food, for instance, man, health. You have these people, all you see on TV is eat, consume, buy, man. You don't tell them how to, live their life in balance or anything.
Right. Because he's incapable of that. Esau
Yeah.
Edom is. He's incapable. He's not able to judge the earth in righteousness.
Yeah.
He ain't able to judge the earth. He can't even judge himself, man. Look at what he does to himself. He defiles his own self, man. The scriptures tell us and warn us specifically to be not like Esau Edom. Be not like Esau. This is what not to be like. This is what not to follow after. All right? And the Lord did it through 2/3 of our people. Seeing them, man. That's why the scriptures tell you, through the prudence of them, read that one more time, that part.
It says, but through the prudence of them which are it says in authority.
In authority, meaning the men of the Lord, man. Apostles on down to the least of us, man. All right? That chief cornerstone being Yahweh Shah Mashiach. By us being in authority, the city is going to be inhabited, Jerusalem, man, the elect, because we're literally going to repopulate it, man. It's going to be inhabited back through us, through that prudence of us, through that carefulness, meaning what? Having self-control, having patience, all right? Slow to wrath, having faith in Yahweh Shah, man, all right? I got one just to back you up because as the title of the lesson, the riches of this world profit nothing. That's why the Lord said this is Proverbs 8 and 10. Receive my instruction and not silver. Receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. Want to say something?
Yeah, because that's what King Solomon asked for, man. He asked for wisdom. He asked for knowledge and understanding.
Yeah.
And then by having knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, he was able to what? Use the things that he had with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And they're seeking the kingdom. And by asking for that, the Lord just gave him everything else. The Lord already knew what he wanted, man. The Lord just added on to him. That's why the scriptures tell you, seek what first?
Wisdom.
The kingdom of heaven.
Kingdom
and all these things, all these things shall be added. But it says, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Now, it said through the what? The city will be inhabited?
It says, but through the prudence.
Through the what?
Through the prudence.
Through the what?
Through the prudence.
Verse 12, it says, I, wisdom, dwell with prudence. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. Right? The witty, the vain inventions that Esau Edom rules the society in. We're not fooled by it because we see a rich man, but his decisions are poor. All right? His mindset is a waste man.
Yeah.
All right? His cup is full of abominations. Go ahead, brother.
I got the definition of prudence. It says care, caution. It says
caution.
wisdom.
I mean thinking before you take a step.
Yeah.
thinking before you move, looking around. All right. Now Esau, the scriptures refer to Esau as what? The eagle, right?
Yeah.
Now eagle has a good bird eye view, and you can liken that onto the side, because like me and the brother was speaking about before the lesson, like the Most High put the society in a certain way via the technology, via like the this current rulership for to show us, hey, look, I did this so you could be like, man, look at the power of the Most High. Look at all this so-called great technology, and the Most High is about to just destroy it, man, with His wrath. So who should we ought to fear? So, like you said, go ahead, brother.
It says wisdom, judgment, all right,
Right,
care, circum, circumspect,
ooh,
all right.
right, and the Lord is going to challenge you on that. If you ask for wisdom, you ask for knowledge, the Lord is going to put you in a situation like He did King Solomon, like the brother was going into, with the situation with the two women, all right, that came forth to King Solomon and had a child. One of the women had a child, and the other one had one around the same time. All right, so where they could not identify the child in a sense, right? Because one of the women came forth and said, "Okay, well, my child died, or this lady child died in the night, and she came and got my child in the middle of the night and said it was her child." Man. All right. So they were battling and saying, "Well, this is my child." The other one saying, "This is my child." And King Solomon, at the beginning of the chapter, he asked for wisdom, and the Lord tested him through that situation. All right. And he said basically, okay, well, let's cut the child in half. We'll give you one half, we'll give you one half. And since we can't decide who the child is for, the one that the child was for, she said, no, 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 spare the child's life. And the one the child wasn't for, she said, man, cut the child in half. It's wicked. All right. So he was able to determine, okay, that's your child, man. All right. And that's a situation that's just totally just miraculous, man. That's just like the Lord will test you in so many ways. It's like you want to glorify and please the Lord as much as you can, man. Through that carefulness, through watching and self control, man. Unlike what this rich man Esau Edom has, man. He's sloppy. He rules the earth in total sloppiness. And get some antonyms of prudence after you read it. Go ahead.
All right, all right. So the opposite,
Yeah, the
all
opposite.
right. It says,
Because this is Esau Edom. Because, like the brother said, read prudence one more time.
it says, wisdom, judgment, uh, sense,
Sense, meaning the spirit. Go
yep,
ahead.
caution, care, foresight,
Foresight, meaning the spirit.
yeah,
Prophecy,
yeah.
right? To
Oh,
say before. You got it, bro.
it says forethought too, because a king, if he's a king, he has to make a decision if he wants to have to go to war with another king, and he has to think of what's the possible outcome if he was to go. Am my people going to get hurt?
Yeah.
If I do go to war with him, how many I'm gonna lose?
He thinks way
Yeah,
ahead
yeah,
of the outcome of the war.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
Yep.
you got it.
All
And it
right.
says forethought, right?
Yeah.
Because that's very, very beautiful. Prudence is forethought because forethought is being thought of before,
Yeah.
and that's how the Lord set us up from the beginning, man. We were forethought, right? Through carefulness from the beginning, the Lord said, okay, this is how I want everything to go. All right, this brother Amwaz is going to be here at this time in 2023 in the hopeful year of the Lord. This brother's going to be here doing certain things from the beginning. The Lord said that, so we were forethought of, man, with prudence. So yeah, that prudence comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And through prudence, the city will be inhabited. Through the Spirit of the Lord, through order and decency, the city will be inhabited again, which is New Jerusalem. Go ahead, brother.
It says this is the opposite though. It says folly.
Ooh,
It says
I
reckless.
have seen the what? I'm gonna get it out. Just
Yeah.
to back you up, that's beautiful, all right? That's
Uh,
Esau Edom right here.
mhm. It also says recklessness.
Ooh, bring it out. Recklessness.
Recklessness. It says a lack of regard for the danger or consequences of one actions. All right. Rashness. All right. So yeah, the lack of thought for one's actions, man. All right, as a king, but when you're a king, you're not only looking out for yourself, but you're looking out for those people that you're governing over,
That's right.
and that's what
That's
Esau.
prudence.
Yeah,
You're not just thinking about what you gonna eat, what you gonna do. You thinking about, okay, well, I got my servants around me, I got the kingdom. I want everything to go peacefully under the vibration of the Lord, and that's how it's gonna be inhabited again through Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
All right. But right now, you see the kingdom is full of folly. This is Sirach 10 and 15. Also, like in verse 5, it says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun as an error, which proceeded from the ruler. Whew. Man, an error which proceeded from the ruler, man. Esau Edom being that ruler, man. He's ruling in error, man. And like in this court system, they'll have like a certain judgment will go out, but if the judgment is improper, it'll be returned with an error, man. They'll have an error in it, man. All right, like it needs to be corrected in the law or fixed in this portion. But that's likened on to Esau Edom, man. His judgments go out. There's number of errors. Errors are returned, but the errors return back, and they point the finger back at him, man. While he points the finger at everybody else, like they say, you point the one finger out, but you got three pointing back at you, man. You know, that's Esau Edom. You got it out.
And this is the definition for backing up the, the brother brought out errors. This is the definition of folly. It says a lack of good sense. All right, a foolish act, idea, or practice. You know, he's doing these things in the earth, man. All right, he's just with no regard to anything. You know, just straight, just ruthless. You know, like the definition said, man. No thought for anybody, you know, besides himself. And if he really cared about his own self, which he doesn't, because of the actions that he's taking, man, the actions that he's doing, you know.
Yep.
All right, that's
Verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him.
that's right. So he's dug all these pits, all these ditches to snare up Jake. But in actuality, he's digging it for himself because he's destroying himself, man. All right, he's destroying himself in the sense of trying to destroy the Israelites, man. All right. Again, that's why it goes back to that scripture again. I'm going to rephrase it. The scripture where it says, there would be no flesh left to be saved if it was, up to Esau, man.
Oh, just to back you up, listen, and like the brother brought out, and those antonyms of prudence, one of them being folly, right?
Yeah.
You got any more?
That was on.
This is just backing you up. This is Proverbs 19 and 10. It says, the light is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes.
That's right. Read it one more time, huh?
Proverbs 19 and 10. The light is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes.
Yeah, man. So the light, which is the correct way of being able to do things, how you should order.
Right, peace.
Peace.
Harmony. You want to get the word?
Yeah, I can get that out.
Yeah, it says the light is not seemly for a fool, man. Much less for a servant to have rule over princes, man. Because a fool doesn't have the capability to the light, man. All right, you got it up. The light.
Oh, the light.
Yeah. We'll read it again. Proverbs 19 and 10. The light is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes, right, man? And if a servant has rule over princes, that's confusion. That's backwards, man. And that's how the society is being ruled in confusion. That's why it's called Babel, man. Confusion, Babylon. It's turned upside down, but it's going to be turned right side up, all right? Through the prudence of those in authority. You got it up? 10, 19 and 10, man.
All right, this is Proverbs 19 and 10. And it's this is the definition of you want rule, right? Of the light, right? All right, the definition, it says luxury, dainty, delight. All right, it says daintiness.
Right, delight, daintiness, luxury. Now notice we read that word sumptuously earlier, and it meant luxurious, right? But that was in the sense of Esau Edom, all right, governing the earth, just heaping up everything but ruling it in a corrupt manner. So that's why it says Proverbs 19 and 10, the light is not seemly for a fool, meaning luxury, abundance. It's not seemly for a fool, meaning what? It's not appropriate for you because you just gonna ruin it, man. That's what Esau Edom has done to the planet Earth. He's just ruined it, man. All right. It says much less for a servant to have rule over princes, man. And that's what's going on right now. That rich man is ruling over the true rich, which are the elect, man. You got anything else?
The,
I'm gonna get that James 5 out. This is James 5 and 1. You got it, bro. Go to now, James 5 and 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
all right, go ye rich man, and how for your misery shall come upon you, man. All right, because what you've gotten your riches by deceit and vain. All right, the scriptures say, uh, uh, because of unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit, the kingdom was translated from one people to another, man. All right, so because of those riches was, got by, by thievery, the Lord's gonna slay you for that, man. For basically putting your hands on the Israelites, man.
Right. This
All
is
right.
Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, I just want to point out because we brought it out earlier about um, those true dealings, all right, that are going to be restored in us.
Yeah.
Right now, it's starting with us. The men of the Lord, we're dealing with each other true. It's starting right now on the planet Earth, man. All right, from the apostles on down to the least of us. That true dealing is starting with us. We're dealing true amongst each other. All right, dealing in a way that the Lord intends us to be, man. It's going to start and it's going to trickle into the kingdom of heaven. But it says, Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
That's right. So Esau, you got this kingdom by, rape, robbing, and murdering, man. So the kingdom was translated to you, man. It was given to, it was really taken by you, man. All right, but it's gonna be taken from you as well, man. Right? You're gonna get it taken by Yahweh Shai and his angels and the elect, man. The joint heirs of Yahweh with Yahweh Shai. All right. Let me see. I got one. Unless you was finished.
Um, yeah,
All
I
right.
got one after you.
Okay. This is all right. This is Psalms. Let me see. Psalms 37 and 16. It says, "A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked men." All right. So the little that the righteous men have, which is, which is this truth, which is enough for us. All right, and the little daily bread that we get. All right, it's more than all the things that you accumulated over time. You know.
Right, because this poor man right now is us. So right now, all we have is this word. That's all we got. Like on that movie Scarface, it was true to the sense. He said, "All I got is my balls and my word." Right. So we all we have is the word on this society.
Yeah.
What's a car? All right. What's real estate? What's a reputation? Right. What's fame? What's a bank account full of money if America is going to be destroyed? Now we got to ask ourselves that. And that doesn't mean go and destroy and just throw away the things in your home. That means serve the Lord. That means take upon the spirit of the Lord, call upon the name. Do something you've never did before, and you're gonna get something you've never got before. That's what the Lord is trying to teach us. You got
I
it,
got
right?
something quick. This is Proverbs 28 and 20. It says, "A fearful man shall abound with the blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent." So he hastened. All right, he took over the world swiftly, man. You know, he took over the world swiftly, and pretty much made everybody subject unto him, man. All right, and now they're paying him.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it tells you, referring to Alexander the Greek,
Yeah.
about how he when he got in that rulership, all right, it was swift, all right. His feet didn't touch the ground. Basically, it was like that, man. All right. They made themselves known when those evils multiplied, like it tells you in First Maccabees, those evils multiplied, man, all over the earth. He made himself known through what? His wickedness, his philosophies, his way of taking and not giving. You got it, man.
All right.
I got one too.
This is another one right here. All right. This is
Uh,
Sirach 5:10. It says, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver,
ooh.
nor he that loveth abundance with increase.
Right, because we know the real riches are land, cattle, all right, silver, gold, okay, are the scriptures. The real riches are the scriptures, man. All right. Now the riches of this society or the silvers of this world is fiat currency.
Yeah.
All right. These $100 bills, five, tens, 20s. All right. These stock brokers, this stock market, that's gonna be destroyed. America's gonna be destroyed, man. We're not gonna have $100 bills, all right, in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. But the way our people act, they want that. They want to be in the kingdom of heaven with a stack of money on the side of their head. Man. Talking about, hey, doing the money dance, the money roll, man. That's what our people want, man. That's not going to inherit it into the kingdom of heaven, man. So if that's not going to be in the kingdom of heaven, why would we teach that? We're not teaching that. We're teaching that store up your riches in the kingdom where moth nor rust doth corrupt. We're going to get that and go into that James the fifth chapter. All right, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is Zephaniah 1 and 18, real quick. It says, I'm going to jump to the point. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Let's talk about the silver and the gold of this society, man. Starting with Esau, Edom. All right, because you have the Most High's silver and gold. It says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. And that's the Lord, man, his indignation. That's the fire of his jealousy, man. It's going to be wrath upon America. But it says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land, man. Dwelling in that Yahweh Shaphat, that valley of decision, man. He's gonna make speedy riddance for these other nations, man. Starting with America. Okay?
Yeah.
This place is gonna be devoured from the inside out. Just imagine you got a body, right? Your body is eating itself from the inside out, steadily chipping away at itself. That's this place. It's being devoured from the inside out until that body just explodes. Spontaneous combustion. Nuclear missiles just line this place up, man. Like your best barber in town, man. This place is gonna get lined up, man. But you got I'm gonna go back to that James 5 and then we're gonna get to that's what all right. This is the book of James, the fifth chapter. All right. And I'm gonna start at one again. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Right? And the miseries are gonna be what? You're gonna be brought into slavery but naked. All right? That's gonna be the end result of Esau Edom, man. You're gonna be brought into slavery with those chains. Okay, right? But first, in a society, your so-called class, your status, your riches, everything that you uphold is gonna be made look like um, dung, man. Shall I say, man? It's going to be made to look like dung before the whole entire planet, man. You're going to be seen for who you truly are. They're going to open up that gift box that's been decked with gold, and they're going to see all that funk underneath it, man. They're going to see all those swords, all right? They're going to see all that defile places and areas, man, that you have on that body. Starting with the prophets, we're uncovering this place, saying, "Hey, man, look at this guy. Look what he's dealing. Yeah, he's rich, but don't be fooled by that." And then it trickles down to the level of the mindset in this society. We see people with riches in this society, and we say, we ain't fooled by that. That don't mean you got wisdom, knowledge. That don't mean the Most High is dealing with you. The Most High says He make it rain on the what? The just and the unjust. But it says your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten, because that's the earthly garments you have on you, man. The riches of the earth, which profit nothing. Like we're going into the riches of this world, you have that, and they're They're corrupted and they're moth eaten. You got it up? Go ahead.
All right. This is Matthew 6 and 19. It says, lay up for yourselves treasure. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt.
And that's what his rich man has laid up treasures in. James 5 and 2 again, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth eaten. That's not talking about wisdom and knowledge. Because that can't be corrupted or moth eaten. That can't go away.
Yeah.
So that's talking about the riches of this world. You got it, brother.
It says where moth and rust does where moth and rust
Well, moth and what?
does corrupt.
Well, say it one more
It
time.
says where moth and rust does corrupt.
One more time.
Where moth and rust does corrupt.
Verse 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Heap, heap, hoard, right? Get that word heap, huh? All right? Because the brother brought out the word hoard earlier, right? Meaning to collect, to gather up. Just that word heap, H-E-A-P. I'm going to read it again. It says, James 5 and 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And it tells you in Revelation, you should eat the flesh of kings and rulers, man. All right? These rich men, man. All right? Their society, all right? Their power and rulership structure is going to be burnt up, man. All right? Starting with the way the society is portrayed on the earth, man. The fashion, man. This society has a hell of a wicked fashion, man. All right? It dress. And when you think about fashion, you be like, man, well, we got a nice sense of fashion, right? You think about the clothes he put on. So, and that's why the scripture say your garments, they're marking, they're corrupted. The fashion, or your fashion sense, your whole style is it's nothing, man. It's corrupted. You got it up.
All right. This is heap. It says pile,
Ooh.
stack, mass.
Stacking, saving it up. You got it, bro.
It says mass. It says bundle.
Bundle.
Yeah. Supply, stockpile.
Right. And we know bundle, Esau has an abundance or stockpile of anything you can think of: gold, silver,
Oh
underground bunkers. Okay,
yeah. Land.
like the scriptures tell you, the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, that was given on to Esau, man. That's how he became rich, and ultimately he has the Most High's riches, and the Most High is not going to let you to just steal from him, right? Scriptures tell you, "Thou shalt not steal." The Lord is not a man that he should lie. So Esau, you're a thief, man. You're a kleptomaniac. You just a psychopath, man. We got a psychopath ruling the planet Earth right now, man. And when a psychopath is in rulership, you're gonna have a blaze of wicked, drunken, mad decisions going out. And then ultimately, by those decisions going out over time, the place is gonna be up in flames, man. It's gonna be a burning house, and that's America. You got it, Doc.
All right. But this is the noun for it. It says a disorderly collection of objects placed.
A disorderly collection of objects.
Yeah.
Disorderly. One more time, bro. It's
It says
beautiful.
it says a disorderly collection of objects placed. All right. Uh, har harprit. I can't pronounce that word. Harprit.
Where you at? Haphazardly.
Haphazardly on top of each other.
Yeah, man. Haphazardly. And that means what? Dangerously. In a way that it's just not set up properly, man. All right, because if something is hazardous, what does hazardous mean? Huh? What's hazardous mean, bro?
It means that it's gonna cause a problem ultimately.
Yeah, man. It means it's toxic.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's life threatening. You got it, bro.
All right, that's it on that.
But James 5 and 3 again, it says, your gold and silver is canker, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. You got it out.
All right, back in Matthew 6 and 19, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You have
Right.
it. It says, "For where your treasure is." I mean,
Right, because fools can't enter into the kingdom of heaven and be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna get that big screen TV in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying?
right,
A fool, that's a foolish mindset. So that with that mindset, that's not gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. That's why we're working for the unseen. And Akim out there, we gotta work for the unseen. Work for something you can't see. That's what's gonna make you go harder. And the Lord's gonna deal with us, man. The Lord's gonna deliver us in these last days, man. We have faith, unswerving, unwavering faith that the Lord is going to deliver us based upon these works, these things we're doing right now, man. All right? You believe that? You got anything?
I got one.
You got it.
This is Colossians 3 and all right, this is Colossians 3 and 1. It says, uh, if ye then be risen with Yamashiach, seek those things which are above, where
Ooh, beautiful.
yep, where Yahweh Shai sitteth
One more
on the.
time, man. One more time.
It says, if ye
If.
right,
Now, that means what? The other side of if is you're not doing it. The other side of if is I'm going to do it.
yeah,
You got it, bro.
it says, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach,
Meaning what? If you follow after the Lord,
right,
go ahead.
those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh,
Meaning the heavens, go ahead.
set your affliction on things above,
Set your afflictions on them, meaning suffer for the things above.
right?
All right, meaning endure for the things above, which you can't see right now, which the society can't see. So that means you gotta work even harder. You got it, bro.
Says not on things, says not on things on earth,
Which are controlled by this rich man right now. All right, which is things that are gonna be a mirage onto us. Because when you're in the desert and you parched and you thirsty, you look over your shoulder and you see that big rotisserie chicken. That's not a rotisserie chicken, man. That's a cactus. All right, that's moth eaten. That's corrupt. All right, it's gonna defile you. It's gonna prick you through. So take upon the spiritual armor and say, hey, I see this rich man for who he really is. I see his riches, and I see the outcome, and they're not profiting. So why would I follow after that? Something that's not profiting. That's a fool. A fool does something with the expectation of getting a different result from it. That's Esau Edom. He's been ruling the earth in the same manner, and he hasn't changed. You got it, bro. You got anything else?
I just got one more.
All right, go ahead.
This is Matthew 16 and 25. It says, for whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. So if you're able to make the sacrifices on this side, then what? Then you shall gain the things a hundredfold on the other side, man. You know, as the scriptures say.
All right. That's right. It's back in James 5 and 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, that's the elect, which is of you kept back by fraud. So not only is he a rich man, but you ruling the earth in fraud. Fraud is a misrepresentation of the truth. That's what fraud means. Fraud means that you misrepresent the truth. You come to a person, but you give them a different truth that's opposite from what's actually the truth. So you misrepresent it. That's Esau Edom. That's what he rules the earth in, with a misrepresentation and with fraud. So not only are you rich, but you're a fraud rich man. You're deceitful. So you're never gonna get a square answer out of this guy, man. You're never gonna get righteous dealings, true dealings. He's never gonna deal with you straight and upright because it's just not in his spirit, his soul. But it says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, meaning the Lord of the powers of the armies of Israel, the heavens, man. It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth. That rich man lived in pleasure, right? Because we brought it out earlier, that delight, right? That pleasure, man. And speaking of that, a brother got a comment on the comment board, precept, GMS must endure 144,000 backup account. It says Psalms 37:4. Shalom, ma. Yabashim Yoshua Barakatah. Psalms 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
That's right. So desire. So basically, give your whole mind and your spirit to the Lord. And what? He gonna give you your heart's delight, man.
Right.
The things that you need, man. All right. Yeah. That's right. Because like we was going back to earlier, man, we were saying that King Solomon he asked for that wisdom, man. And through that wisdom, he knew how to. Once he was given the things that he was given, right, the riches and different things, he was able to operate with those things in order, and not disorder.
Beautiful.
Like Esau.
Yeah.
Esau, he's disorderly. He got the whole earth, but he's disorderly in the things that he has, man.
Yeah. Because even in that account, King Solomon basically asked for what? The discernment between good and evil to judge over the people. Because that alone is way more valuable than the riches of this world. The discernment between good and evil to judge over the people of Israel, to judge over the Lord's people. That's worth more than this riches of the society, which are moth-eaten. But it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. Right, man? And that's Esau Edom, man. Not only are you a fraudulent man, a rich man, not only do you live in pleasure and are wanton, all right, but you've condemned and killed the just. So you don't want anybody that stands for something, stands for morals, value, integrity, to exist, man. So you're a man of blood, Esau Edom, and your riches, all right, for this society, are not going to profit for anything in these last days, man. Your military, all right, your banking system, they're all going to be overthrown by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls God, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, all right? Lord willing, this message has been edifying. Lord willing, this message has been edifying, all right? We're going to say Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua,
Call Holo Yahweh
Ba'Shem Harakak
Ba'Shem
Madash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last sections of time. All right, 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. Kwam Yashala,
Kwam Yashala,
Baba Ball,
Baba Ball,
Shalom.
Shalom.
Till next time, Akim, Shalom.